everybody, welcome back to Northernlion's challenge runs in the Binding of Isaac. We're going to be doing a run today inspired, actually, by the video I just posted earlier today, which was the top 10 worst items in the Binding of Isaac. A lot of people suggested a run like this. I kind of hobbled together a number of suggestions from users. If you haven't seen that list, I'm going to spoil it for you a little bit. I named Kamikaze my second worst item in Isaac, and a lot of people were like, Northernlion, you don't give Kamikaze enough credit, man. Kamikaze is not a bad item in its own right. So the way that this run has come together is that we are using the Polaroid and Blue Baby, which of course means every time that we get hit, we are going to have some invincibility for a certain period. We also have the Relic and the Miter, which means Spirit Hearts should be coming fast and furious. And the reason, of course, for that is every time we use Kamikaze, it will end up hurting us. So hopefully this will allow us to get enough health to make Kamikaze kind of a useful item. And basically, I'm thinking that this run is going to work out fairly well or absolutely awfully, all depending on whether or not I can actually manage to get, like, some momentum going here, if that makes any sense at all. What I'm thinking is that in our current situation, please just murder yourself on the fire. If not, then I will do this. Every time we get hit, please be 2 Spirit Hearts. Well, 1 key, that's basically the same thing. Every time we get hit, we're gonna have a period of invincibility that is gonna last for, you know, maybe 5 to 6 seconds. And during that period of invincibility, I could basically use Kamikaze as many times as I want with 0 risk to myself. So I'm gonna avoid going to item rooms because I almost think that I might be a little bit overpowered as is, to be honest with you. But we'll see. How did that guy do that? He just moonwalked through the fucking gap in the rocks. Like it's a gap in Michael Clark Duncan's teeth. Guess that joke doesn't really make any more sense. Or make sense anymore, because Michael Clark Duncan sadly, you know, left the world of the living. This is what I mean by that. I took damage by accident, and then immediately I can just, you know, walk through there and kill almost every enemy in the room with 0 risk to myself. It did cost me a Spirit Heart, because I did get hit by the champion, but most of the time this should end up working out reasonably okay for us. And of course I can then use Kamikaze to also blow open secret rooms, chests, etc., etc. I'm interested to see how this works out. This would be one of the few situations where I think Kamikaze might indeed be a very useful item. I am indeed, if you didn't listen to the start of this, going to be skipping item rooms, because I already think we might be a little bit too overpowered with both the Relic and the Miter. But we'll see as we move on. I am going to take boss room items, because I think, you know, getting HP upgrades or tier upgrades could be important as well. But I don't want to overpower myself unnecessarily, because otherwise we're just going to end up blowing through rooms like crazy here. And of course, you know, the Polaroid is one that we're going to stick with for the entire game. In terms of conditions of this run, obviously we can't get rid of Kamikaze, and I would say we can't get rid of the Polaroid either, but that kind of goes without saying if we're going to try to beat the chest. In particular, I think this setup of items is going to be very useful for taking on enemies like Blue Baby and Isaac themselves. Enemies where, you know, once they hit us once, we're going to be able to do maybe 25-30% of their health in a single bound just by using Kamikaze a lot. So I'm hoping that this run ends up being exciting and perhaps shows me that there is indeed a useful time for Kamikaze, even if it is only a niche situation. Similarly, my number 1 worst item, again, if you haven't seen the list, sorry to spoil it, but was Lemon Mishap. And people are suggesting Lemon Mishap runs, but I think I've already done like an infinite item power Lemon Mishap run, so I don't necessarily want to go down that road again, although if I am mistaken, please let me know in the comments below. Cite the official challenge run name, and I will go find it and see what I did on that run. You know, when you get close to the 500 mark, a lot of these runs end up blurring together. I forget what I've done, you forget what I've done. It just becomes a daily source of entertainment. And wow, we are getting Spirit Hearts like crazy, as you might expect given our item room setup. I'm going to try to avoid taking damage. But if I do take damage, Kamikaze is going to be an awesome kind of incentive, I guess. Not an incentive to take damage necessarily, but it kind of takes the edge off, you know? It's the same way there was a huge debate in the comments for that top 10 worst list, which probably went up like a week ago now with my Isaac backlog. But in any case, the gist of the argument was like, which is worse or which is better, Holy Water or Lemon Mishap? And everybody has their own opinion on this. It seems like the people who think that Lemon Mishap is worse, like myself, argue that, you know, at least Holy Water's not good, it's not targetable or anything like that. Is this sustainable? No, it's not. Yeah, like Holy Water isn't good, but at the very least it doesn't take up your active slot, and it gives you, not an incentive to be hit necessarily, but it makes it so that getting hit hurts a little bit less because it also damages the enemy. People who think Lemon Mishap is better are like, well, Lemon Mishap is A, targetable, and B, you don't have to get hit in order to make it work. So I understand both sides. I think Lemon Mishap is worse. But, you know, I think there's a room to agree to disagree on that one. I don't think one is objectively worse than the other one. I think it depends on your philosophy and your overall play style. But in any case, I encourage you to go check out that video if you haven't checked it out already. I'm really proud of those top 10 videos. I mean, the thing is, people occasionally comment, and you're not wrong about this, and I'm sorry to turn this Isaac episode into, like, Northernlion's vlog update or something, but, People occasionally comment, like, Northernlion, your voice doesn't sound as natural when you're reading from a script as it does when you're, you know, just providing commentary off the cuff here. And that's true, but how do you get better at being natural with scripted commentary? You produce a lot of scripted content, and then you eventually become more and more, shall we say, familiar or comfortable with it. So that's where I'm hoping to be in a little while. Not that I'm going to shift in an entirely scripted direction, but why not get better at it right now while I have the chance? You know what? We are going to roll Brimstone here. Could I actually take... I think if I took money equals power, it would hurt me. People are going to be pissed because I'm taking Brimstone in conjunction with Kamikaze. Whatever, man. That's how it's going to be. We have no incentive to go to the shops, so money equals power might actually be an awesome pickup, but sadly that train has sailed because I already just exited the deal with the Devil Room. But in any case, the thing is, I know people are going to be like, well, why is it a Kamikaze run if Brimstone's going to be doing most of your damage? Fair enough, but there's no way to do, like, a pure Kamikaze run unless I could have, like, Kamikaze, Brimstone, and the Nail simultaneously. Or, sorry, Kamikaze and the Nail simultaneously, which is obviously impossible for reasons that should be deemed fairly obvious. So as is, I'm starting to realize that there's a pretty good chance this run is just going to be insanely overpowered, but there's no way that I could just guarantee myself like a Spirit Heart per room, so this is how we're going to roll. And then to balance it out perhaps a little bit, I'm just not going to go to shops. Maybe we should make it so against bosses all I can use is Kamikaze. Let's try that out. So I'll use Kamikaze, like so. I think that seems fair. That adds a little bit of a balancing factor. The extra damage on that is going to be awesome, though. So yeah, okay, that seems fair to me. As long as it won't kill me, I have to use Kamikaze only on bosses. I can't use anything else on bosses. I realized I used Brimstone there for a second against that boss, but so be it. Hopefully that'll make things a little bit more fair, because now that I have like a lot of damage in my regular shots, I'm starting to realize we might become insanely overpowered. As is, though, you know, this is an experiment. Sometimes these runs end up being underpowered, sometimes they end up being overpowered, and then sometimes they end up being insanely overpowered. Hopefully, we're not already in the latter camp. At the very least, it'll provide kind of an interesting look at a different perspective of an Isaac run, if you will. Also, don't forget that we've kind of been in a niche situation here where we've gotten some insanely good items kind of by accident. Like, Brimstone came out of nowhere, Pentagram is a pretty rare drop these days, and a lot of health upgrades as well. Normally, you know, this could have gone completely differently. Maybe I only have speed upgrades by now in, you know, if I was playing Isaac any other day, but the random number generator is feeling pretty good for me right now. Obviously, we will go pick up these bombs, even though it seems kind of unnecessary, given that we do have Kamikaze, and a ton of Spirit Hearts, although not as many as I would have expected, given the pace that we were getting them on the first floor. Keep going like so. The reason I don't want to do only Kamikaze damage is because this is going to cost us at least a Spirit Heart per room, and we're definitely not going to gain a Spirit Heart per room. That's unsustainable. So it's a tricky proposition to try to find a happy medium between, you know, too damaging to yourself and not nearly damaging enough to yourself. Maybe this is it, maybe this isn't it. We can always balance actively as we go, or consciously, if you will, to try to maintain a homeostasis. This is going to be a situation where I'm probably going to end up losing like 2 Spirit Hearts on this Gertie fight, because Gertie's a total pain in the dick. Or 4 Spirit Hearts on this Gertie fight? See, that's a fairly good balancing factor right there. Last one. So, enemies with a ton of HP like that are going to cause us a lot of problems. I mean, we gained 2 Spirit Hearts back from it, to be fair. But still, let's see if there's any Deal with the Devil items in here we would... Oh, come on. Whore of Babylon seems... I would love to take Mom's Knife, don't get me wrong. I would love to take both of these items. I would have loved to take all 4 of the items that we've gotten so far in the Deal with the Devil room. So we're going to roll Whore of Babylon, which will make me substantially stronger, but it won't replace Brimstone with Mom's Knife. Although I do, I love me a good Mom's Knife, I gotta say. In the meantime, though, we are going to have a pink glitch here, it appears. So I will try to keep you entertained with random bits of my dialogue. Hey everybody, how's it going? Doing well on this Friday, I'm gonna guess? I'm recording this on a Sunday. There we go, pink glitch. So it's always a crapshoot. And we're gonna be dealing with Necropolis, which is gonna make things, a little trickier, but probably not all that tricky in the whole scheme of things, considering the insane damage that we should be dealing with Pentagram, Brimstone, Whore of Babylon, which is almost like challenge run worthy. Like, if I was doing a challenge run that was like, hey, you can't replenish your hearts, but you can take any item you want. Brimstone, Pentagram, Whore of Babylon, Permanent Invincibility might be up there somewhere, in any case. let's continue moving onwards here. I am fairly low on health now, so I'm getting a little bit concerned about this whole balancing factor that I've thrown in for Kamikaze, man. But we'll see. We should be done with this floor fairly quickly. I need to get a lot of Spirit Heart drops from the Miter and the Relic. That is my goal. That is my dream, my aspiration, if you will. Let's kill this dude. I wish Brimstone lasted a little longer. It always finishes before I'm ready for it to finish, if you know what I mean. There is another Spirit Heart for us. If it was more sustained, it would make for definitely an easier time here. Well, might as well blow it up. It wouldn't let me hit the. I swear to God, I was mashing the space bar. You might have heard it. For some reason, it seemed like it was impossible. I'm gonna do a little bit more exploring before we go into that boss room, because I want to see if we can get some more Spirit Hearts before we fight our boss, because I am going to be losing at least one, and I'd like to gain a little bit of health on this floor if possible. We know that that's the way to the boss, so you know, there's going to be one free Spirit Heart right there, because I do have enough bombs to get there without having to use Kamikaze. Hopefully we get another one after we kill these flies. Nope, I guess they don't give us an extra drop. So we'll at least get one more Spirit Heart that we're going to immediately lose. But hey, that's not so bad, at least we tried. And now we will go into this boss fight where we will merely use Kamikaze, so hopefully we will be fighting a boss that is not quite as hardy as Gertie is. Let's see what we got here, the bloat. Valid question. I think, by the way, I apologize for probably the awful sounds that you guys are hearing here from me just mashing my spacebar continuously. We're gonna lose 3 Spirit Hearts by fighting the bloat, which is kind of crazy to me. But we'll pick up 2 Spirit Hearts as well, so not a big problem there. What could you possibly give me deal with the devil at this point? Like Lord of the Pit or something? No, for once it actually kind of struck out. I don't consider any of those to be really that useful. Down to the next floor, and that's the thing, I guess. We usually get health from bosses, or get Spirit Hearts from bosses. We usually lose it as well, but fair enough. I have no idea if this is going to end up working out well for us in the end. But, you know, I think the bloat has a reasonable amount of health, not quite as much as Gertie, but it might be closing in on, like, Isaac Blue Baby levels. I've never done an empirical analysis on it, so I'm not 100% sure, but it's totally possible that, you know, if we can get through Isaac with 3 Spirit Heart losses, that's A-okay with me. Because then the chest, again, as always, all bets are off on the chest, so if I get 4 good items in the chest, anything could happen. Who knows, maybe they'll throw in Polyphemus just to complete the, like, sweet kind of series of items we have right here. With 10 keys, I think it's worth doing this, because I don't have to go to any shops or item rooms. Well, that's a key and a bomb, so we're even. Now we're down a key, but we got Tammy's head, which is totally worthless. So we ended up losing 2 keys over the course of that arrangement, I guess. It was worth it to see if there were any Spirit Hearts there. There's one there, at least. We are going to be fighting Mom on this floor. Is that going to be easy or difficult? The Mom fight is actually probably going to be fairly difficult. Because the foot's going to continuously move around, which means we're not just going to be able to spam Kamikaze. We're going to have to kind of use it as strategically as possible. So we're probably going to end up losing a decent number of Spirit Hearts there. I would not be surprised to lose... Oh, that was bad. To lose like 5 or more, to be honest with you. So hopefully we get... Yeah, Spirit Heart here goes a long way. How about in here? Pageant Boy, which is basically worthless to me. Now we're safe? Okay. Just take out the ones that are actually, you know, posing a threat to you first. I've been having pretty bad luck against these guts recently, because basically I've not been shooting strategically, or dodging strategically, or dodging at all, really. Too bad that was Pageant Boy in there. I definitely would have gone for the fight if it was a Spirit Heart, like an HP upgrade or something. Oh well. We've got to be making our way down to the boss room now. These guys are going to die very quickly. One more. And that's 2 extra Spirit Hearts, which means a lot. We're going to have big swings on this this run. Where there's going to be times when we're very low on health, and then there's going to be times where, you know, we pick up 2 Spirit Hearts on a room like that. Anyway, now's our Mom boss fight, so I'm going to... Oh, it's Blue Mom. So I've got to make sure that I hang out around these sides as much as possible. We might be able to do this with 3 Spirit Heart losses only. Although I didn't do, like, anything at all there with my invincibility. So it's looking actually like 4 might be more likely. I'm not sure how many I've lost so far. But we're invincible again. The foot's like never coming down. Okay, so we lost a lot, but we gained a lot as well. We could pick up a fresh Polaroid if we wanted to. I'd say that fight actually worked out for the best. What a strange and loose challenge run we are dealing with here so far. But weirdly enough, it seems fairly perfectly balanced. Like, we're not losing super large amounts of health, but we're not gaining a lot of health either. I don't know how I killed that eyeless ooze guy with that downwards shot when he was coming at me sideways, but oh well. We may actually indeed be gaining a little bit more health than we're losing. But again, that's to be expected at this point of the game, no matter what your challenge run is, because the game is actually, you know, just easy at this point, or relatively easy, and will get harder as we move forwards, of course. Anyway, hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from on that one. We're gonna get Spirit Hearts from Larry Jr. here, extremely valuable, of course. If I could actually hit him, that would be an added bonus. But there's our free Spirit Heart. And we have not reached a dead end. Map and compass are not on the table unless we run across a particularly benevolent judgment. How about this? Tears down. Doesn't really hurt me that much. Maybe makes Brimstone take a little longer to charge, but not the end of the world. Makes Brimstone actually take quite a lot longer to charge. Disappointing, but, you know, we're not going to be using Brimstone on bosses anyway, and it's still a very good crowd control measure. Probably don't want that second Tears down pill, though. There's our boss, so everyone's happy. A free Spirit Heart, and hopefully we're fighting Skolex here, which would pretty much guarantee us like a 1 Spirit Heart cost to this boss. Spirit Hearts? No. More keys? Who knows? Maybe we'll run across a number of golden chests that will make those useful. It's gonna be death. Alright, let's just start popping down this Kamikaze, I guess. He's gonna be fairly difficult to kill, because he is going to start, disappearing. And then we're gonna have to focus on killing the horse, which is gonna be borderline fucking impossible here. Can the horse even be hit? Yes, it can. We gotta make sure we hit this every damn time. What a stupid challenge run. There we go. We killed it. We didn't do too bad. Again, we gained 2 Spirit Hearts. We probably lost like 4 or 5. Maybe 4. And we got a single cube of meat. Who knows when that's going to be beneficial. I think Mom's Heart is going to be super easy because we're just going to be spamming Kamikaze. It should never have a chance to disappear, basically. What do we have here? The stars. Why not take it? Teleport me to a faraway world where I'm going to pick up 12 cents for free, basically. Hearts are super annoying. Even without the zombie heads, or the masks of infamy, if you will, these hearts are annoying as hell. Let's check up here. The game teleported me sort of in this general direction, so I'm going to assume that the game is being benevolent and there is no troll engine action afoot here. And maybe the game is pointing me in the right direction to get to the boss as soon as possible. Maybe I am putting human characteristics on something that cannot possibly have them, but, you know, shut your face. Jerkwad, how do you feel about that? Just talked down to you on YouTube. Don't know why I'm trying to channel Murray from Flight of the Conchords. That was abysmal. For a while, when I was in Korea, my friend and I just decided, you know what, why don't we talk in New Zealand accents for like 2 weeks, and everyone around us got really annoyed. But when I think back, oh, that was such a waste. When I think back, those might have been the 2 greatest weeks of my life. I don't even know. Is it getting there? I think it's getting there. Maybe I can add New Zealand impression to the, you know, Michael Caine, well, not Morgan Freeman. Shitty Bane, shitty Michael Caine, now shitty New Zealand impression. Anyway. And I never know, should it be called a Kiwi impression? That doesn't seem right. Do native New Zealanders like being called Kiwis? Is that, you know, the same as calling someone a Canadian or an American? I don't know, man. I'm just trying to be polite here. Let's see, we've got in our boss trap room. Bandage. That seems like a pretty solid pickup, if I do say so myself. I don't think I have to use Kamikaze on this room because it's not technically a boss room, it's a boss trap room. Again, not trying to skirt around my, my obligations or anything like that, the requirements of this run. I'm trying to just be literally interpreting it. You know, the literal interpretation is the correct one, in my opinion. And with Monstro 2, you know, we're gonna be here for a while. But that's okay, because it's always worth it. Bandage, I'm not sure how many Spirit Hearts it gives us, or how many hearts it gives us in general when we're Blue Baby. Normally it gives you like 1 heart and 2 Spirit Hearts, I think. So it might have given us 3. It might have given us 2, it may have given us 1. I have no idea, man. I'm just along for the ride at this point. Our Spirit Heart situation looks pretty good. But that could change when we run into some difficult bosses, or some more difficult enemies, who knows. Monster 2 is basically dead. The other thing is actually that cube of meat. I know I kind of said that it wasn't that good. It could actually be pretty solid for us. When we're fighting an enemy that just stands still, because basically, let's see if there's a Book of Revelations in here. There is, so that's going to be a free Spirit Heart for us as well. That was well worth the key. But what I'm thinking is, you know, we're fighting a boss that just stands still, so when we have permanent invincibility, which we will with Kamikaze and the Polaroid and all the Spirit Hearts we have, at least Cube of Meat will be rotating around and maybe doing, you know, 5% of the enemy's health every rotation. Seems like that could be something that adds up over the course of a long boss fight, i.e. a Blue Baby or Oh, can't believe I didn't get hit there. A blue baby or an Isaac fight, if you will. That's my feeling about it anyway. So maybe a single cube of meat, not so bad. I mean, not so good either. I would love to have 2 cubes of meat by this point in the game. You can't always get what you want, though. There's a random golden chest. Was there a tinted rock that I missed? There may indeed have been. Might as well pop this open. We get basically nothing of value out of it, but hey, it's the thought that counts. Single Wrath is left. Single Wrath is not dead. Single Wrath is now dead, and we picked up a Spirit Heart for our troubles on that fight as well, which is cool by me. And I guess, well, that wasn't so good. I guess we should also put down bombs during the Mom's Heart boss fight, because we're going to be invincible anyway, so seems like a smart decision. There's another Spirit Heart for us. There's another Spirit Heart for us. Thank you very much, game. That was close. I almost walked into my own bomb, and there's our boss. Beautiful. So, stand over here. These rocks will protect you. Oh, now they might not, but always keep a rock. Oh, that was abysmal. Always keep a rock between you and the enemy until you destroy all the rocks. What about this? 2 of spades. Might as well double it. 24 keys. Sure, why not? All right. Non-stop Kamikaze begins now. Come at me, bro. I will destroy you. This is going to take a little while. Again, I apologize for just continuously mashing the spacebar. But that's kind of the way this run's got to go, you know? So I'm just going to keep doing that. Eventually, that thing is going to die. Hopefully we don't suffer that much with any of our other enemies, because I would really like to not be on this boss fight for as long as possible. Is it permanently throwing bombs? It is indeed. So I'm going to put some of my own bombs down. Go to town. Mom's Heart has taken a lot of abuse here. Much more than I'd originally anticipated. But anyway, we're good to go. Now it is up to the cathedral, where hopefully we'll find the boss room fairly soon. Or it'll take us forever, but we'll pick up a lot of Spirit Hearts on the way. Any of those would be A-okay in my book. Because, you know, 7.5 might not be enough to defeat Isaac. Like, literally might not be enough. But again, once I get... Once I get down to... that was abysmal. Once I get down to half of a heart, I'm going to stop using Kamikaze regardless, because otherwise it would just literally kill me to do so, which seems like a pretty foolish decision. So once we get down to half a heart, we can go back into Brimstone territory. Doesn't seem like much of an incentive, because we'll probably die soon after, but hey, you know, there is that, I guess. Didn't get hit there somehow. Didn't earn a Spirit Heart either, which kind of hurts, but there's our boss room. Is that good or terrible? I guess we are soon to find out. No Spirit Heart before the boss room. Okay, here we go. So stand right next to him, smash on that spacebar, drop some fat bombs in here. It's actually not letting me drop bombs. Oh my god, we are doing so little damage. There we go, we managed to get a bomb in there at the cost of a Kamikaze. And I'm starting to think that basically we are fucked here. I'm just gonna keep it up. I've got 3 more Kamikazes before I find myself in the half Spirit Heart location. Yeah, these guys are gonna take like 10 hits each. So Kamikaze doesn't do nearly as much damage against these late game bosses as I thought it did. 1 more Kamikaze is enough to put us in our permanent Brimstone state here. Invincibility is soon to wear off. Alright, now let's just not get hit and succeed. Not gonna be easy. It would be fitting. Yeah, there we go. I was gonna say, it would be fitting if we lost on this run, considering it's my 2nd worst item in the game. But again, that was a fun run. I see some of the value of Kamikaze now, but I think I should have balanced things a little bit more in my favor, because things went off the rails pretty quickly there at the end. But again, thank you to everyone who inspired this challenge run suggestion by commenting on that 10 worst items in Isaac video. In any case, continue suggesting your challenge runs. I will do the ones I deem most entertaining or appropriate. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.